pay-per-view coming up this Saturday. Jared, lead us into that a little bit.
It's a good one. Former training partners now fighting.
Really excited.
Here's where I'm interested. So you have a
what are you doing this week?
lame boxer. He can strike a little bit, but he's more of a wrestler. And then you have on the other side a guy who just throws heat.
What are their names?
And has absolute top-notch jiu-jitsu. So you have Kamaru Usman, who is your stereotypical wrestler, slow, ground-pound type guy. And then you have Gilbert Burns. And
Gilbert Burns.
in my opinion...
That doesn't sound like a threatening
No,
guy.
that's the best part.
It's a great name.
You know, you got made fun of as a kid too, Gilbert.
Yeah.
Gilbert.
He
Gilbert?
spoke Portuguese, though. I don't want to fuck with anybody who speaks Portuguese.
He's from
Probably
Brazil.
he's probably our earlier subject where the guy's hitting his knees.
Yeah.
When you get out of your car.
So going into that,
don't wanna
exactly.
fuck with those
No,
guys.
Don't fuck with the guy doing this.
All right, I'm good.
that guy does he does some special stuff. Here's what's interesting. Kamaru got so tired of everybody talking shit about him foot stomping and his slow wrestling and how he's the most boring champion. He switched his camp. So he switched his camp and he's claiming that he's going to bring something a little more. He's feeling better. He had his nose broken before he ever showed up to the fight with Masvidal. And if that's true, if you're going to try and stand and strike with Gilbert Burns, this is not going to go well, and we will be saying and new.
Depending on what Usman wants to do coming out in this fight, you're 100% right that he does not want to engage in the Masvidal style of fight that he tried to avoid last time. He definitely is going to talk a game that says, hey, buy my fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stand out, and I'm actually going to give you guys a show.
And then revert right back to your same game plan.
100%.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If he tries to do his normal fight against Gilbert Burns, I'm going to be very curious to see how many traps Gilbert has for him. Traditional wrestling, the way that Marty Usman has learned to wrestle and has now transformed into Kamaru Usman, you have a lot of holes open. And if you try and do your head on chest, arm out here to single something out against a guy who has the dexterity to flip his ankle all the way up to in front of your face, we've now got a really bad situation happening really quickly. And this is, in my opinion, a really exciting fight.
It's an underrated, underpromoted fight.
Absolutely. If you're a fan of UFC and watching good fights, this is going to be a good fight. It's a good card in general. There's a lot.
It's a good matchup, but we don't know how the fight will play out. We've seen good matchups not.
Well, these guys used to
play out
train
right.
together in a gym.
Yeah.
No, so this isn't like where you have a guy who dislikes this other guy, and you're going to have Stephen Thompson and Woodley 2 fight to where they're standing in front of each other and it's just a feint match the entire time. These guys train together. They know exactly the pitfalls in each other's games.
Right. Excuse me, Thompson can throw whenever he wants.
Right, and he's just sitting there waiting. And so in this matchup, though, you have guys who legitimately trained inside the same gym. They worked together. They were teammates. Now they're rivals.
One other element here, too, is that Burns predominantly competed at the lower weight class, and since he's moved up to welterweight, he's 5-0, I think.
Unstoppable.
He's just a bigger...
a
bigger frame.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to cut as much.
Mm-hmm.
He can walk around.
Something.
Since the rules have changed where you can walk around with more weight after the weigh-in,
mm-hmm.
he's been more comfortable since he's moved up to welterweight. He's more himself.
Is there a cap to what you can weigh after weigh-in?
There was, originally.
Was there?
Yeah.
Because when I wrestled in high school, after weigh-ins, you could eat whatever the fuck you want. We went crazy after weigh-ins.
No.
Like just gorging ourselves.
You used to have a limit. Now
there's some different rules now about reconditioning and rehydration and stuff and what you can walk out as and everything. So I just look at the numbers, right? The numbers say that Burns is on a tear equal to what Charles Oliveira is currently on.
That's what he's.
I'm not going to
That's
get
what Andy's working.
He
He eats them all the time.
That's just a whole different level of
easy date.
tear, but you know what I'm getting at.
No.
Up and coming guys who have a chance to break through to a strap.
Yeah.
It's looking
Connor.
like Oliveira and Burns. Connor, what the fuck is Connor doing? And speaking of Connor, Poirier, what are these guys both doing? They're both like talking to each other like that they're friends now. And the truth of it is that Dustin Poirier is absolutely ecstatic to get back in the ring with McGregor because he just made $1 million and he knows that at a negotiation table he could say, hey, I just starched you the fuck out. I have to be getting paid at least half or 40% of what you're raking if I'm going out there and finishing you again.
Yeah.
And on the other side of it is, what is McGregor thinking, wanting to go out there and possibly take back-to-back losses to a guy that you've already beat once? I mean, that's career suicide.
I think it has.
I think we've already seen the beginning of the end of Connor.
I think you could
That
be
decision is indicative of it.
right. You could. I mean, maybe could be.
He doesn't need to get back in the ring with Poirier again right away. If he wants a trilogy
I think
fight,
he
the better
does.
one's with Diaz.
Of course, we all want the fucking Diaz.
It's not because if it's a better fight, it's because if he loses it, his career's not over.
Yeah.
If he loses to Poirier again,
His
his
career's not
career,
over.
come on, stop.
His
When's-
relevance is.
Stop.
His relevance
When's
is.
he
Even
gonna-
then, it's still not.
I'm
You
not
guys,
gonna-
no. You have Diego Sanchez still fighting in the UFC. You still have guys like Clay
They're
Guida
not-
fighting in the
Are
UFC.
they relevant?
Yeah,
Absolutely,
no.
Okay.
absolutely. They're both
Relevant
top 10
because
guys.
relevant because
Just
they're
because they get paid doesn't make them
top 10 out of how many though that are actually real?
But I'm saying
Has he
your
signed
UFC
any
top
fights,
rating.
or is this just all
Not yet. This is
skeptical?
they've been just chattering, and these are the reports from Fight Focus and. Some
I think the
other
Diaz
places
fight's a
and
fun
stuff.
fight.
Sure. Doesn't
But
equate to a championship.
No,
My
but he
point-
doesn't need
my-
to fight for the belt.
the only
Really, in
reason
all
he wants
reality.
to.
This is
Is that
stupid
what
for
he's saying?
Poirier because he's leaving an opportunity to possibly get out and actually fight for a title. And you know what?
No.
He's really bullish on doing that right now.
We
He'd
actually
rather
had
let-
the argument about this on the last time we talked about the UFC, and you said that Michael Chandler was going to fight for the belt next.
And he
Michael,
will. He'll probably end up fighting our boy Gaethje, like you wanted to say.
Nope. Watch. Dustin Poirier, Connor. It'll be for the title.
It should never. No.
Watch.
That would be terrible.
That would be
Watch.
the worst.
That's
That'd
bad.
be the. That'd
What are
be
you
bad
guys
for
talking about? You
business.
guys are talking as fucking fans. Stop talking as fans.
I'm not
Stop.
talking as a fan. I'm talking as a realist.
No, you're not. If you're talking as a realist, you're
I'm
going to
not here
understand.
for business,
Then you're not talking about the UFC.
bro.
Move on to your next subject. Go back to basketball.
How is that good business?
How many times does Dana White have to exclusively prove it to you? He doesn't give a fuck about the fans. He doesn't give a fuck
It
about
doesn't
the
matter.
matchmaker.
No.
Hold on.
No,
he
it don't
cares
matter.
about the money.
Fighters. You just brought in guys to
Is
compete.
Dustin Poirier gonna say yes to a fucking title fight?
No.
That he's gonna
Yeah,
get paid millions of dollars against a guy he just knocked out and believes he will because he will finally be
You'll
the
lose.
fucking champion.
No.
Yes, he's gonna take
You're
that
gonna
fight.
lose so
and
much
as
credibility
Connor,
with the fighters
as-
that
bro,
wanna fight for
who
the
the
title,
fuck
who deserve it.
cares?
McGregor doesn't
Who
deserve
the
it.
fuck cares? Dana doesn't care. How do you not
The
understand?
fighters in
Dana
that locker
doesn't
room who
fucking
deserve
care.
to fight will care.
Dana will literally walk in. He will tell them, "I can replace you. I can replace you. I can replace you. Go on, have fun.
That
Who are you gonna go
mindset's
sign
bad
with?"
for business.
But watch it happen. It's worked for
I-
how long?
Dana does kind of have that vibe about
No,
it.
Dana does
I
not
get
give
that he
a
has
flying
that vibe,
fuck. You
but
are
you can't
completely
sell
wrong.
that to the guys who go to work. For
What does it matter? Because you have guys like Michael Chandler literally sucking your dick to join your promotion.
Yeah.
Bro, this is not even a fucking conversation that's open for debate. Dana White does not.
It's
Dana
not happening.
White does not care
It's
about
not
the
happening.
fan. He doesn't care about the fighter. That's why he's been sued multiple times by the fan,
It's
by the
not
fighter.
happening.
That's why legislation has been created because of the Zuffa brothers. He doesn't care about anything but money. So unless the talk equals in to money, doesn't matter.
I guarantee you're not going to see McGregor fight for the title.